The Ballad of Travelodge Kowloon. Oh, sweet summer child, gather round and let me tell you a tale of woe so profound, so utterly basic, that even the fleas in the bedsheets would weep in solidarity. This is the saga of Travelodge Kowloon, a place where dreams go to die, where hygiene standards are but a myth, and where the only thing colder than the air conditioning is the receptionist's soul. Let us begin with the room. Oh, the room. You step in, heart fluttering with the naive hope of a peasant entering a royal ball, only to realize the carriage is a pumpkin, the horses are rats, and Cinderella's glass slipper is actually a moldy flip-flop. The walls. Oh honey, they aren't tea walls, they ray abstract art installations of scuffs, mystery stains, and the ghosts of past guests who probably died of embarrassment. And the smell, imagine if a wet dog made love to a dumpster behind a seafood market, and then bottled that scent as eau de regret. Now let us discuss the bed. A bed in theory is supposed to be a sanctuary, a cozy nest where weary travelers rest their delicate bones, but Nothai's bed is a crime against sleep. The sheets, oh, they exist. That's the kindest thing I can say. They are present, but are they clean? No, they are a museum of past occupant strands of hair, not yours, mysterious crumbs, definitely not yours, and oh look, a flea circus performing their greatest hits right on your skin. How quaint, how rustic, how medieval plague core. And then the bathroom. Oh, the bathroom, a place meant for cleansing, for renewal, for not developing a fungal infection. But at Travelodge Kowloon, the bathroom is a biohazard wrapped in a lie. The shower, a cruel game of Russian roulette where the bullets are scalding hot water and freezing disappointment. One moment you're peacefully washing your hair, the next you're screaming like a banshee because the water has decided to boil you alive. And the drains, they don't drain. No, they hoard water like a dragon hoards gold, creating a miniature swamp where you must stand ankle deep in your own existential despair. The mold, oh the mold, it is not just present, it is thriving, it has goals. It has dreams, it is probably writing its own Yelp review as we speak. Black, fuzzy, creeping along the grout like it pays rent. And the mirror, useless. It fogs up instantly because the ventilation is a myth, a fantasy, a bedtime story told to foolish travelers like us. Now let us speak of the staff. The front desk, a place where customer service goes to die. You approach hopeful, clutching your reservation like a sacred scroll, only to be met with the warmth of a tax auditor. No greeting, no smile. Just the cold, dead eyes of someone who has long since stopped caring. And when you dare complain, oh ho ho, audacity. How dare you expect warm water or cleanliness or basic human decency? The refund, DNID, the apology. NONEXISDNT, the respect, and the amenities are rather the lack thereof. Want a toothbrush? That LLB 20 Hong Kong dollars. Peasant. Want to store your luggage? Pay up, sucker. Want a room that doesn't smell like regret and broken dreams? Not available at this location. So dear traveler, heed my warning. Travelodge Kowloon is not a hotel, it is a test. A test of your will, your patience, your immune system. And guess what? You will fail, but fear not, for in this tragedy
the businesses surrounding the Travelodge Kowloon, they're a disappointment. A consistent, simmering disappointment. It's not a violent letdown, more a slow, creeping realization that everything feels off. Like a slightly wilted flower arrangement, pretending to be vibrant. Based on what I've observed, the establishments in this area aren't aiming for genuine hospitality. They're aiming for the appearance of it, and doing a rather poor job, frankly. It's a performance, and a poorly rehearsed one at that. It leaves a persistent, uncomfortable feeling. Let's start with the places that promise luxury. The Ritz-Carlton Spa, Hong Kong. Now you'd expect a spa at a Ritz-Carlton to be an oasis of calm, a sanctuary for the senses, wouldn't you? A place where your worries melt away like snowflakes on warm skin. Instead, what we're seeing consistently is a series of small, stinging failures. Couples are promised romantic suites, only to be relegated to gender-separated relaxation lounges. It's the equivalent of promising a moonlit picnic and delivering a lukewarm sandwich in a fluorescent-lit cafeteria. The little details betray the grand facade. Dry eye masks, moldy steam rooms, expired lotion causing instant itchiness. They aren't oversights. They're indicators of a fundamental lack of care. People pay a significant sum expecting pristine conditions and receive corners cut. It's a breach of trust. The experience seems to be a parade of broken promises, leaving guests feeling cheated and frankly rather itchy. It's almost as if they are intentionally trying to get you to spend more money. Then we have Chart, a Michelin-starred restaurant, and a place that truly disturbed me. It's not simply that the food is underwhelming, although it consistently is described that way. It's the disrespect. People arrive expecting a culinary celebration, a proud representation of Indian cuisine, and are met with bland food, rude service, and in at least one horrifying instance, hair in their pulav. Hair in the food, that's not a mistake, that's a signal that basic standards are being ignored. And the complaints about stale butter chicken, it suggests a fundamental disregard for freshness, for quality. There's a recurring theme here, a sense that the Michelin star was undeserved, a purchased accolade. It feels like a betrayal of both the cuisine and the diner. They're trading on a reputation they haven't earned and doing it with an astonishing lack of grace. I felt a cold knot in my stomach reading the reviews. It's not about the price, it's about the principle. To receive such treatment, to have your expectations so thoroughly dashed, it's disheartening. Moving on, we encounter the Alchemist Cafe Causeway Bay, and here the issues are less about grand failures and more about a pervasive sense of annoyance. The service is consistently described as unprofessional, rude, even actively hostile. A waitress with hand tattoos apparently is a particular source of ire. The menu is limited, items are often unavailable, tables are cramped, food arrives haphazardly. They seem to actively dislike having customers. It's a place where you're made to feel like an inconvenience, a burden on their day. I find it baffling. Why would anyone deliberately create a hostile environment for paying customers? It's as if they are daring you to complain. It's a bleak, joyless experience. A cafe shouldn't make you feel actively worse than when you walked in. Then there's Aqua. Oh, Aqua, the view is beautiful, apparently, a stunning vista of Hong Kong. But the view, it seems, is the only thing Aqua has going for it. The service is rushed, transactional, utterly focused on turning tables. They practically throw the food at you and the bill arrives before you've even finished your dessert. Complaints about receiving the wrong orders, having to repeatedly ask for basic necessities like water and silverware. It's a cascade of small indignities.
They prioritize profit over people, speed over satisfaction. It's a cynical, soulless operation, masquerading as a high-end dining experience. And the reports of discriminatory behavior towards tourists, that's particularly reprehensible. A sting of sadness washes over me. They don't treat everyone equally, they prey on the unknowing. And finally, Kapok Sun Street, a boutique and a place where the staff seems to think everyone is a shoplifter. The constant surveillance, the feeling of being followed around the store, it's deeply unsettling.
You know, I've been looking into crimes near Travelodge Kowloon and it's just, it's so sad, you know. These tourists come to have a good time and then they get scammed left and right. Like, what's wrong with people, right? Businesses near Travelodge Kowloon, they're like super sketchy, you know. They promise you high returns on your investment and then they just vanish with your money. Like, what happens next? The tourists are probably left feeling so stupid, thinking how could I be so naive? They probably report it to the authorities, but by that time the scammers are long gone. And the authorities, they're like, sorry, we can't do much. It's just and then there are these fake currency exchange offices. Oh my goodness, they're like so convincing. They have all the right signs and everything, but they're just swapping your money with counterfeit bills. Can you imagine? You're walking around thinking you have all this money and then you find out it's all fake. You're probably like, what do I do now? You're stuck with worthless money and the scammers are just laughing all the way to the bank. And electronic stores, forget about it. They're selling you fake or used phones and tablets and then they just deny everything when you try to return it. Like, how can you do that to people? They're already on vacation trying to have a good time and then you rip them off like that. The tourists are probably left feeling so angry and helpless. They try to report it, but the store just closes down and opens up again under a new name. It's like a never-ending cycle of scamming, and perfumes and cosmetics, don't even get me started. They're selling you fake stuff, and then you're stuck with something that might even be harmful to your skin. Like, what kind of person does that?